Rustling on trees.
Woo!
Hey, hey,
Woo!
hey.
Woo! Woo!
Attention, Wild Nation!
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man. I'm
The man.
Woo!
Attention, Wild Nation!
Woo! Woo! Woo!
This shit goes so hard.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man. Woo!
Why are you muted? Or you're muted at sound levels? Right. Anyways.
Wrestling on weed.
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 Wrestling on weed. Subscribe today. Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem.
It's time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke.
We want the smoke. Come on, Charlie.
Hey, what's going on, Wild Nation? It's your boy, Mr. HD, back with another episode of the Blunt Ratings, man. It's good to be here. You already know what it is. Today is it's a crazy day in the pro wrestling world, man. I don't know what's real anymore. I feel like I've been sucked into the multiverse of pro wrestling, and the shit is crazy. So we got a lot to talk about just when it comes to AEW Dynamite from last night. Then we're going to come back in a little bit, and we're going to talk about all of the fallout, all of the news going on in the pro wrestling world, mainly centered around AEW and everything that Tony Khan's company is got going on right now backstage, whether it's real or whether it's fake. So tune in a little bit later for another wild news joint right here at Wrestling on Weed. But today, it's a special day because it's always a special day when I got the homie Super High, Travis Sly, in the motherfucking building. You already know what it is. What's going on, Super High? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Ain't shit, man. I'm just glad to be here this Thursday. You know, I don't always get the chance to do this, but yeah,
man.
I'm here with it today.
Good to have you, brother. Good to have you. Hopefully we'll see some other familiar faces on the channel here soon. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Dynamite from last night. Another jam-packed show. I always make jokes at this point how Dynamite is just trying to throw 100 things into 2 hours, and they just trying to jam as much shit. And that's why Excalibur sounds like the Micro Machines man and has to talk all fast when he's doing promos and shit. The shit is funny. They just trying to get as much in one show as possible because they know that's the one show they got that people actually watch. Yeah, he's outside of Trav, because Trav watches everything. He watches Elevation and Dark. 2 shows I just found out existed 2 weeks ago. He been watching them since their inception. So, you know what I mean? That's what's up. Hopefully other people besides Trav will start watching.
Yeah, bro. It'd be like, yeah, the best friends just had a 20-match win streak. I was like, yeah, I'm the only one that saw all of it.
Right, exactly. Be like, oh yeah, they got a 12-5 record. I'd be like, what? How? Never seen them before. Who is this person? Oh yeah, they had a bunch of matches on Elevation and Dark. Okay. That counts. What the fuck? Oh man. But let's get into Dynamite. Wow Nation, what's going on? I see Kid Get Money in the chat. Already know. MGT, and we got a KGM, we got an MGT now. And we got all the acronyms on in the chat. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, management is here. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. Super high with the merch. Yeah, already, man. Already. I got some of those t-shirts for sale. I'm gonna put them on sale for they just the simple rest, but I'm gonna have like a whole merch store. It's all coming soon. I ain't gonna talk about it. I'm gonna just do it. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming with all the merch and stuff. So
this vintage right here.
Yeah, that's the OGT, the OG. When I was just trying to get the word out, you know what I mean? So, but we still got some of those in stock. I want to just send them out to you guys for free, for real. But somebody got to pay for all that shipping. So, but yeah. So we gonna talk about Dynamite, man. You ready? Yeah, man. Let's get into it. The show started off pretty fun because we had. Jericho come out, and Jericho came out. Obviously, the crowd is in full blast. They're in Cincinnati, right? Or was it Cleveland? They were in Cincinnati, not Cleveland.
I think it was in Cleveland because they was in Cleveland because Moxley's from Cincinnati.
Okay, that's what I was like. They was in the opposite of the. Okay, so he's from Cincinnati, but they was in Cleveland. Gotcha.
Shout out to Steve Harvey.
Yeah, shout out to Steve Harvey. Yeah, I guess I hate Cleveland for personal reasons. Shout out to Cleveland. But yeah, so he came out and he was basically talking about the whole situation with Daniel Garcia. Remember that from last week, Trav, when Daniel Garcia kind of knocked him down, shoved or grabbed him and kind of shoved him or whatever when he was trying to get a handshake from Bryan Danielson. So, he was like, what exactly he said, you should, what did he say exactly? He said, last week you had a classic match, and afterwards your emotions were high, and you spun me around and slapped me away.
Wild Nation!
Shout out to the new subscribers over there on Twitch, man. We streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/wrestling-on-weed. Shout out to everybody on Twitch as well, man. Y'all been blowing us up on Twitch, man. We grew by like 5,000% on Twitch in 2 days, so it's amazing. Shout out to Twitch.
Attention, Wild Nation!
We blasting off. Y'all gonna be busy today. I'm gonna shout everybody out on Twitch. Let me mute that real quick. Bang, bang, bang. So yeah, man, let's get right into it. So he was he came out and he said, you spun me around. I know you kind of been foggy. It was a crazy match or whatever. So I want you to come out and apologize to me. You know what I mean? And that's what I was like, uh-oh. This ain't gonna work out well.
This is just so sports entertainment of him off the rip, just him starting the show off like this. The motherfucker said, welcome to Dynamite.
Yeah, don't do that. Yo, what he did that. I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah,
I'm glad you caught that. I was like, yo, that was some real WWE shit. Welcome to Dynamite. I was like, what?
He knows what he's
so
doing,
glad you caught that, bro. Damn. I thought I was the only one who noticed that.
Of course I peeped that, bro. I'm like, hey, don't welcome me. I know where I'm watching already. I wouldn't tune in.
I
love it.
Yo, I swear to God, I thought I was the only one. I was about to say, I was like, ain't nobody ain't important to talk about. I knew somebody else noticed that. That was hilarious, bro. Welcome to Dynamite. I was like, this old WWE Monday Night Raw ass nigga.
Yeah, man.
That shit was funny, man. Chris Jericho is man, he's good at his job. Let's just say that. But Daniel Garcia came out after that, and this was another great promo by Garcia. Like, he came out, he said, that match I had last week, it was the kind of match that I always dreamt of having. You know what I mean? He's like, when Brian stuck his hand out to me for a sign of respect, I didn't care if people called me a wrestler, and people were still chanting, you're a wrestler at that point, or a sports entertainer. He's like, all I cared about was that moment right there, and you ruined that for me, Chris. You ruined it for me. It was dope, man. It was a good promo, and it made perfect sense. That's how you make that make sense. That's how you make him seem conflicted by, like, yeah, man, I've been with, like, he called Daniel Bryan his hero, his you know what I mean? It's like he acknowledged Daniel Bryan as the guy he actually looked up to.
He was like, listen, Bryan Danielson is my hero. You're my mentor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're still my mentor, but you gotta understand that this is my hero. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Jericho not trying to hear that. Jericho's like, listen, you could be the greatest sports entertainer of all time. He was like, say you're a sports entertainer. Like, bro, come on, don't do that. And he was about to say it, then Bryan Danielson's music came out, and then he came out with his pettiness.
You mean Troll Danielson? Troll Danielson. That's what we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him. He looks like a troll, and he fucking acts like a troll. He is the king of the trolls. He just came out snickering. Let me instigate some stuff. He's bullying you, isn't he? You should probably not let him bully you like that. You're going to choose. I'm not going to make you choose. He's making you choose. I'm just going to come out here and give you another choice. But he's making you choose. It's not me. It's not me at all. I'm innocent.
He might as well have been like, he wouldn't have did that to me.
Right, exactly. So at that point, Daniel, not Danielson, Daniel was like, I don't want to choose. You put me in this position, and it's messed up, and I'm not going to choose right here, right now, between you two guys. I'm not doing this on TV. I ain't got time for it. And he stormed off. And that's when we had the opportunity to do what a lot of people have been speculating for a few weeks now at this point. And that's set up the Jericho versus Bryan Danielson match, which they did at All Out. It was a really good setup, too.
He shoved him.
Oh, yeah, he shoved him down again for 2 weeks in a row. It was because Jericho was just like, apologize to me, and he kind of spun him around, and Garcia shoved him in. Garcia's acting was really good because he was like, damn it, I did it again. He's like, I didn't mean it. It's just a reaction, man. It's just a reaction. So, we'll find out what's going on with that maybe next week, maybe at All Out. Who knows how the story is going to play out, but, they're all doing a really good job. Daniel's a super troll. But go ahead.
I just wanted to put when Danielson, when he was like, if Stu Hart was alive right now, who do you think he would say the best wrestler is?
Yeah.
Chris Jericho was getting tight because he know what the answer is. He was like, motherfucker, I'm the last survivor of that shit. I know every something shit on it. Bryan Daniels was like, all right, I heard what you said, but if he was alive, who would he say is the better wrestler? That shit was funny.
It was actually kind of awkward because he mentioned Stu and he mentioned Owen. Like, they're both gone. You know what I mean? And it was like, he's not lying. Like, they would definitely say Bryan Daniels is the better wrestler. So he's kind of like shitting all over Jericho's whole, like, I'm the last, surviving member. It's like, so what, bitch? They would still say I'm the better wrestler. So what are you saying? You ain't saying much, You survived. That's all you saying. Shit, you still alive, motherfucker. Congratulations. What the fuck? Shit. So, yeah, it was a good segment. I like how they set the match up. They're kind of fighting over Daniel Garcia.
Jake Hager came out also, by the way.
Yeah,
attacked
that's what
Danielson,
happened
so
at the
they're having
end.
a match next week.
It was kind of and it was kind of awkward because it was like Jericho was talking and Jericho started backing up like he was obviously trying to get out the way, and Brian just stood there like, "What's going on? Why are you stepping back?" It was a little awkward. It's like Hager took a little too long to get in the ring or something. But yeah, he attacked Danielson from behind, and it's a good segment, man. It's a good segment. Who came? Did somebody come out and save Danielson?
No.
No one came out and saved. Yeah.
No.
Shout out to the BCC. But the fuck you got a fucking crew for?
Yeah.
It was one glaring thing last night. It was like, so he's just gonna get attacked. They just gonna walk back up the ramp through the hill, and nobody gonna come out and attack him. Nobody. All right, cool. Where's Cesaro at? He's on the show tonight. Is he here? What's going on? Anyways, after that we had, oh man, this shit was fire, bro.
Yeah,
This
listen,
shit was fire.
Jay Lethal, bro. Like Jay Lethal, up until
really
like
good.
he always, yeah. He's very good, bro. Up until these matches come up, it's like, I don't want to see Jay Lethal about damn TV. I don't give a shit about Jay Lethal. And then once he has one of these fucking TV matches, bro, he always delivers, bro. Like,
It's not that you don't want to see Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal is one of the best pro wrestlers, sports entertainers, anything on the planet. It's that they don't have enough time to allocate to Jay Lethal based on the people they already had there way before Jay Lethal and the position that Jay Lethal is in, being he's a Ring of Honor wrestler and he's wrestling on AEW Dynamite, which Rusev wasn't on the Miro wasn't on the show again last night. Was Malachi on the show last night? Like House of Black? Like, I don't know. Like, it's like so many people that they got to get on the program that they're not. And I think you got Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh getting TV time. You know what I mean? And I get it. They're with Jay Lethal but nah, it's sign him to AEW. Put him on the AEW roster then. You know what I mean? He's fighting for the TNT title. He might as well. Like, the rosters are basically merged. And that's why it's way too oversaturated in the locker room now.
yeah.
The roster's way too thick, bro. It's two companies merged into one. And the one, just AEW roster alone is too thick. You know what I mean? And that's causing tension, which we'll talk about more on the news later. But it's just a lot going on. But with that being said, I wasn't mad he had this match last night because this shit was fire. And these motherfuckers went back and forth a lot. There was, like, the chops were insane.
Chops?
Yeah, insane, bro. Them shits was ringing through the arena. And the arena was loud and you could still hear them.
That's how his chops echo so crazy, bro.
That's how Kofi got his chest like that. That's how Kofi chest got from chops like that, nigga.
Oh my god.
That's how Chris Jericho, like, I ain't wrestling no more. You see my shit already dented. I can't. Everybody gonna be walking around with the Chris Jericho chest, fucking around with Dax, man. Damn. But these two went at it. Dax knocked Lethal down with a shoulder tackle early on. Lethal counter with an up kick. The two did a bunch of chain wrestling, like I said, a lot of back and forth. Lethal did one of those cartwheel drop kicks to Harwood, like, aggressively too. It was a pretty crazy double drop kick into the corner. Dax and Jay, that's when they start chopping each other. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the match. At one point, what happened after that? Lethal came back, and he had a combination of near falls. They both had a bunch of near falls. It was a bunch of 2 counts. Then Lethal held nailed Harwood against the steel barricade on the outside with the top rope suicida, jumping through ropes, and Lethal applied the figure 4 on Dax. But Dax reached the ropes, and then things just escalated from there, Trav, because then that's when Dax attempted to counter with the sharpshooter, and then you saw Lethal. He was kind of close to the ropes, but then Dax pulled him back to the middle of the ring, but he was able to counter that into a roll-up for another 2 count, and that's when the crowd just was like, this is crazy. This is awesome. This is awesome. So, and it was at that point. I was like, where's the this is awesome chant? And then right on time, they came through. Very WWE of the crowd. But that's just the wrestling chant. That's just the chant that belongs in all of wrestling, even though I don't even know if it started in WWE, honestly. I feel like it did, but it's because
Pretty sure it started in Indies somewhere.
yeah, I feel like it might have started in the Indies on some real shit, but
it might have started in Ring of Honor, to be perfectly honest.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't. It sounds like a very indie chant. You know what I mean? That happened to make it to the big leagues. But yeah, Harwood had Lethal in the sharpshooter, but then that's when Sanjay Dutt came and jumped on the apron and distracted Dax, and Lethal was able to grab him by the trunks and roll him up to get the 1, 2, 3. And he cheated to win, but he got the win. It was a little deflating because it was like, but then it was like, he had to cheat to win. Dax is over. He can't just lose clean to Lethal, but he can lose to Lethal if Lethal, you know what I mean? It's like Lethal's one of the best in the world. And it was a good match. Great match.
Yeah, man. This motherfucker had Dax jumping off the ropes. You know, he only do that in certain situations. The fucking, the Liger bomb is always crazy by Dax. It's always crazy, bro. Like, I love it. He the way he delivered that shit. Yeah, it was a good match, man. Afterwards, Sanjay Dutt came out and he was like, yeah, by the way, in that match at All Out, I didn't say it was going to be us. And
yes, you did. Yes, you did. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
He did, right?
Go ahead. Yes, you did, motherfucker. That you ain't getting that by me. Because the big motherfucker, Sandy, see, you can power bomb me, Wardlow. I remember the shit. Right. It just happened, bro. You not going to just get that by me, my nigga. I'm sorry. You definitely was supposed to be in the match. So you didn't say there was 2 separate people coming, even though I'm very happy about how this turned out. Now I actually care about the match because I didn't before. I ain't gonna lie. Now I do. But go ahead.
But yeah, so Jay Lethal's tag team partners at All Out is gonna be none other than the Motor City Machine Guns, fucking Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. So
yes, sir.
That's just gonna be lit between them and FTR, bro. Because we may get into just a regular tag match later down.
It should just be a regular tag, but Warlow should be a single. Anyways, but that's such a better match. Such a better match. Oh my God, bruh. Like, I don't have to see Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh.
Tony Khan probably like Satnam ain't ready yet.
Yeah, of course not, man. Of course not. He's fucking great Khali, bro. I'm good. You know what I mean? I am super good. You know what I mean? He could just be the security guard. Like, I don't need to see him wrestle. I don't care if Wardlow power bombs him. Don't care. But they definitely were in the match. You know what I mean? They definitely acknowledged last week that they were the ones in the match. We didn't say that we were wrestling. Yes, you did, motherfucker. You definitely did. You're not about to just get that by me. But it's funny. I don't know why they changed. Well, they changed it because it's 1,000 times better match, and no one wants to see Satnam Singh, and they probably know that. There's no point in FTR's probably like, man, we try to wrestle this dude. What the fuck? We got all these belts. You got us in the ring at All Out with this. This is what's going to be played back on the footage, my nigga? Us in the ring with this? No. No. Absolutely not. Get us some real competition. So Motor City Machine Gun. Motor Shitty. That's fucked up. That was a slip. That was a slip. Oh man, Gruss, stop being mean, Gruss. Stop being mean, because that's not true.
Yeah, don't do that.
That is not
don't
true.
Do that, bro.
That is not true.
What's
up, Gruss? What's up, Gruss? What's up? Who else in here? Daniel Mills was cracking, man. Thanks for stopping through. Shout out to everybody on Twitch watching right now, man. Appreciate y'all locked in with Wow Nation. The homie Super High in the building for the blunt ratings today. You already know what it is. Light up. Yeah, man. So Yeah, man, it was a great match between these guys, but they tried to slide one past us. Then we had some sad news, bro. Sad news. Unfortunate news. Gruss is being mean, but I think that it's just unfortunate. Thunder Rosa came on TV, man, and she was like damn near crying. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, what the fuck happened? But she just basically, she was choked up, and she basically said that she can't defend the AEW Women's Championship due to injury, and she's gonna relinquish it. Well, not relinquish it. She's like, there's gonna be a match to determine the interim champion, and yeah, and that's it. And the match is gonna be between Toni Storm, Dr. Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, who hasn't really been on Dynamite a lot, but has been on like Dark and Elevation, apparently wrestling a bunch of matches. So that's good.
She just came back because she was in Japan. She was in Japan for a little bit.
Right. And Jamie Hayter
She came
is the
back with
fourth
the
in
title and
that
all
fatal
that.
four-way. Yeah, so it's gonna be good to see Hikaru Shida. Well, it was good because we ended up seeing her later on. So yeah, man, it's a fire fatal four-way. It sucks for Thunder Rosa. I'm gonna talk about this later. This isn't a work. This one specifically isn't a work. From what I'm told, I honestly don't know what the fuck is happening anymore. I don't know what's real and what's fake. I don't know. I just don't know, and I love it. I love that aspect of pro wrestling where it just bleeds over so much that you have no idea what's going on. It's literally like 10 different work shoots going on in one company, and it's just like, is it chaos or is this shit are they just all geniuses? I don't know what's happening right now, but I love it. Yeah, I mean, I love it. But yeah, Thunder Rosa is actually hurt, and I use actually in quotations because I don't really fucking know. You know what I mean? She could be working the shit out of us and doing a good job of it like other people. So I'm not sure what the injury is. I'm sure a lot more news will come out about the actual injury and how she sustained it and when. But it's unfortunate. But that's going to be a fire match. Is it going to be on Rampage, or is it going to be at the Fatal Four Way?
No, the Fatal Four Way is going to be at All Out.
Okay, that's what
they're
I
having
thought
a
they
tag
said.
match. They're having a tag match next week.
That's what they said. Okay.
Hater and Britt Baker against Storm and Sheeta.
Man, it's so interesting, the news that just came out about Hayter and Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker.
Yeah,
this shit's so crazy. We gonna save it for the later show, but yeah, it's so crazy, man. So it's wild. But then we had some parental abuse happen during the show. I don't know if I ever thought I'd see this, but we had Billy Gunn come out with the Acclaimed. And they went up against Billy Gunn was going up against Colton Gunn in a one-on-one match. It was a match. I mean, it was a little uncomfortable watching Billy beat his kids, watching his kid hit him.
The shit out of Colton.
Billy was really beating the shit out of it. Like I don't think Colton got any offense before that commercial break. He was just beating the shit out of the first part of the match. But at one point during the match, Stokely came out. Stokely Carmichael came out, and he tossed one of the Acclaim, or he attacked one of the Acclaim. When did he start getting involved in shit? Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Does he wrestle? Oh, I called him. Why'd I call him Stokely Carmichael? What the? Who's Carmichael, nigga? I don't even know who a Carmichael is. It just sounded like a wrestling manager name, huh?
Wrestle on weed.
Man, Stokely Hathaway. I'm looking right at his name. I don't know why I called him Carmichael. What the fuck is? Oh my God, man. High as shit, boy. Um but, yeah, so Stokely came out and I think he attacked Anthony Bowens or Max Caster. I can't remember, but he attacked one of them, getting involved in the mouths. That surprised the shit out of me, honestly. And then Austin attacked the other one. So they got the Acclaimed up out of there, and then he gave his dad a crotch shot. He was like, "You ain't having no more kids, Dad. I don't want any more brothers or sisters." Gave his dad a crotch shot, and yeah, he hit him with his finisher and got the 1-2-3. Man, I was like, "What?" I was like, he beat. I mean, it makes sense. Billy want to put his sons over. He don't want to beat his kids. Like he beat him up a little bit, but then he lose the match. I get it. It makes sense. But then Stokely gave his business card to the guys, and they finally accepted it. So I guess they're a part of his stable now.
Yeah, we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, it's just like, all right.
This stable that the Stokely is putting together is kind of weird, but. Yeah,
it's just like another version of the fucking Trust Busters. It's like nothing matches. You just putting people in a group. Like nothing makes sense. You know what I mean? And it has to make sense. Like look at teams and squads and throughout the history of pro wrestling, like the people who were together usually made sense. You know what I mean? It's like everybody in the Four Horsemen looked like they would be they were friends outside of the shit. You know what I mean? Like everybody in the Shield, like they were uniform, they matched. Everything looked like, you know what I mean? The Road Warriors, the Demolition, like tag teams and groups looked like they were supposed to be together. It just looked like they just plucking people with different gimmicks and agendas and blah, blah, and just smash them together. It don't really, no, you're a bad guy. Come join us. That's not how it works. It's got to be more than that. You know what I mean? It's got to be more than that, but we'll see. I don't know what's going on with it. But then we had Dr. Britt Baker. Oh, no. I don't want to skip over. I almost skipped over a promo. We had, because after that match happened, that's when the whole, the ass boys and all them start beating down on they pop some more or whatever, and the Acclaimed. And then that's when Swerve and Our Glory came down and made the save. But then... you know, they had a segment.
Basically, Swerve made the save. Muscle and Keith Lee was taking a sweet ass time.
Facts. The save had already been made by the time Keith Lee got down there. They had already ran off. That was pretty funny. I was like, Keith came down like, I ain't say I was coming out here. I'm on.
Exactly.
I said I ain't want to do it. He was like, bro, but we got to go. I was like, man, fuck them. It turned out Keith Lee was right. Keith Lee was definitely right. But yeah, Britt Baker and Jamie came out with Jamie Hayter and Rebel, and they went up against Kylan King, who's been getting. What happened? What happened before that?
Before that, United Empire and Death Triangle was backstage, and this
was
Pat
that
just
promo
said
before this?
Pat just said he's not gonna kill. He said he's not gonna kill you. He's just gonna murder.
I'm gonna murder you, nigga. I almost turned the show off. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, nope. You're not gonna do that to me, Pac. You're not gonna do that. It's the same thing. Why? It's like I can't. My brain isn't calculating. Did I warp into another dimension where kill and murder aren't the same thing? Because I'm so confused. He almost broke my brain. I ain't gonna.
That should be dying to it.
I was like, he said it so aggressively. Like he had no idea that they were the same thing. I want somebody to go ask him, just be like, so what's the difference? just for shits and giggles, just humor me real quick. Can you tell me the difference between you killing him and you murdering him?
They both come up with the same results.
I'm like, because they're the same thing. I don't know. literally the same thing. That shit was hilarious. There was a couple hilarious moments on this show last night, man. It's a bunch of funny shit. But yeah, Britt Baker beat Kylan King. Kylan King got some offense in though. She's the big girl, and they've been putting her on Dynamite the last couple weeks. She's getting the push. You know what I mean?
She used to be a AEW Dark alumni.
Where's Serena
That she
Deeb?
won.
Where's Serena Deeb? Have you anybody seen Serena? Where's damn, I forgot half of the wrestlers' names. I honestly forgot half of the women's.
Been on Dark with Mercedes Martinez and
I forgot
Julia
Mercedes.
Hart.
I forgot Mercedes Martinez was even on the roster. No cap.
Julia Hart and Willow Nightingale and man,
Serena
all these-
Deeb, probably the best female pro wrestler they have in the company. What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? Because who the fuck is Kylan King? What is a Kylan King? I'm sorry. Like, I'm good. Like, good for her. But no, this is the problem. This is exactly. Serena Deeb was hot. She was over. She was like, everybody was like, yo, that's the female Bret Hart. I mean, she's going to be the super technical female wrestler that people got to get through. And then she just fucking disappeared. It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man? So
I think, I think they're gonna put her in. Well, if they do something with it, I think they're gonna have her in Ring of Honor a lot.
you need to do something.
Which would be,
I mean, yeah, but she need to be on Dynamite. They need to bolster the Dynamite women's roster. You know what I mean? It's like come on, man. What are they doing? What are they doing? Jamie Hayter can't even. She finally gets to fight for a chance at the title or whatever. But fuck, Britt Baker's in the match. It's like Jamie Hayter can't ever surpass Britt Baker. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think she should too. She's the most believable competitor they got. You know what I mean? She's an actual fighter. Outside, what's the girl that runs with that was running with the MMA folks? I always forget.
Marina Shafir.
No, well, Marina Shafir too. She's legit, obviously. But the cute blonde one.
Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah, Paige Van Zandt. Yeah. She's legit. So, but yeah, I think I don't know, man. They got to fix this women's division. That's like one of my biggest problems with AEW right now is
probably the biggest problem.
Yeah,
probably.
It is for sure. A lot of people think Toni Storm might come out on top. Might think it's her time.
She's probably more than likely gonna, which I'm happy for, and I'm not mad at that decision. But I think Jamie should just win it for like a storyline purposes. That'd be crazy.
True. After the match, she won with a lockjaw. After a match, it didn't last long. But Baker was like, isn't it a shame about Thunderosa? She went super petty. She was like, but just to remind you guys, when I went through my title run, I wrestled it with a broken freaking wrist because that's just what champions do. I was like, bitch, everybody can't do that. That's like, everybody not supposed to wrestle with injuries. That played into the whole show storyline, the main show storyline last night. You probably shouldn't be out there wrestling if you're not 100%. But at that point, Toni Storm came out storming to the ring. Sorry about that. Toni stormed to the ring. But Jamie Hayter followed her out and attacked her or whatever, and they was beating her up. And then that's when Sheeta sprinted out with the kendo stick. And, Sheeta was looking on. She's a person I forgot to put on that list, Trav. Sheeta definitely belongs on that list that I put in the group chat. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, for sure. But, yeah, she came out and they, Baker and Rebel and the crew retreated. So, it was more about the angle than the match with Kylan King. Like, good for Kylan King, but who cares at this point? Yeah, Toni.
Shout out to Kylan King, man.
Shout out to her. And she's pretty good though. Like, she's not a bad pro wrestler. I'm not. Yeah.
Before she left AEW, she was the tallest girl on the roster.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she got a back like Raquel Gonzalez.
Right. Yeah, I could
Yeah,
see why she's getting
she
a
got
push. You know what I mean? I could
yeah,
see
because
it.
she didn't sign back with AEW and left and went on the Indies on purpose to get better, and she definitely did that. And
I could see why she's getting a push,
yeah.
but with all the backstage shit that's going on, bro, it's just one more thing that people could point to. Like, see, new girl. Like, what about the people?
Oh no,
that
she's not signed there. She just came for these like couple of weeks, and she's back in the Indies.
Kaylin King?
Yeah, she ain't signed.
Don't she got like a 15-15 record? Hasn't she been on?
Yeah, but she's been, because I told you she was in Dark like a while ago. She was in AEW.
Oh, but she wasn't signed when she was having those
last
dark.
year, like a couple months ago. Like she had the option to re-sign with them. She chose not to in the going to indie scene, which is what she's doing now. They just using her for these couple appearances basically at the moment.
So you're making my point then. So they're just
No,
bringing in random people,
bro.
right? They're bringing in random people to take up TV time and slots when they could be giving that time to people that they already invested in, people who've been signed with them, women who've been with the company. Like, that's the point. That's just another thing that people gonna point to. Like, why the fuck is she here? She ain't even want to sign with the company, but you putting her on TV and it's barely enough time to get about 20, 30 other people that should be on TV. You know what I mean? So it's just, it feels like another thing people could just point to as an example of how the structure of how things are being ran is very chaotic, very WCW-ish, if you will. I call it AEW. AEWCW is the new name of the brand. You know what I mean? That's the
Even with the Motor City Machine Guns thing.
Same shit, bro. Same shit. Like,
happy
I
to see
really
it.
want FTR. Like, why the fuck are Swerve and Our Glory making? This was so stupid. And speaking of, this is the great transition here. Great transition there, Trav. But Swerve and Our Glory was backstage with the Acclaim, and they were just like, this is where the Acclaim turned back heel. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. But Swerve and Keith Lee were like, yo, man, you know what I mean? We ain't come out and save y'all because we think y'all need saved. We just came out because we felt like y'all would be the appropriate, contenders or, opponents for All Out for, tag team title match or whatever. And they were like, and Max was like, bitch, we don't need you to come save, but we need you to come save us. We was good anyway, motherfucker. And we should get the match because everybody loves the Acclaim. I was like, damn, man, he was just being all nice. Why you gotta be a dick? I was like, he literally just gave you a title match, motherfucker. Like, damn, relax, bro. Relax, Max. You know what I mean? But it was funny. But yeah, it was kind of like a whatever segment because it just felt like it didn't make any sense. Why the fuck aren't FTR the number one contenders for the championship? Why are they not fighting for the championship at your biggest pay-per-view? I don't understand it. It makes no sense. It just doesn't. You can't convince me that there's somebody else that should be fighting for the championships. Can't. They have all the belts. They got all of them. What the fuck are they doing? What the fuck are they doing, Trav? These niggas walking around with all the tag team titles, but they can't get nowhere close to the AEW championship. This shit's insane. It's so fucking annoying. And Keith Lee just backstage. Keith Lee and Swerve just get to decide, you know what? Hey, these guys, they're cool. We like their entrance. They rap. We got to rap.
The only excuse I can say about that is that FTR ain't been on AEW that much, so they could use that as an excuse because they've been wrestling everywhere else.
Man, FTR been on TV. They've been on AEW every week.
Dax Harwood been wrestling mad singles matches.
That's true. That's a good point.
Throughout the year.
That's a good point.
So you feel me?
That's a good. Nah, man,
guess
fuck that. The story of 2022 for FTR is them being the belt collectors, the tag team belt collectors. That's what the story is for 2022. The shit can only last so long. They can't hold all them titles for 7 years, nigga. Just tell the story now. That's the story you was telling everybody. They getting all the belts. Nobody can beat them. The greatest tag team in the world. Blah blah blah. Clearly, they not the greatest tag team in the world if the main brand that you're promoting is AEW and they can't get those titles. They not the best, nigga. Right now, Swerve in Our Glory is the best. I don't give a fuck about the AAA Tag Team Championships and the Ring of Honor. I don't give a fuck. Like, you told me that AEW is the big brand. Swerve in Our Glory got the big belts. So, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, I get Dax is being showcased, but you trying to tell two stories at once, and now it's getting convoluted, man. What's the point in them walking around with all them titles, man? You could be having them belts on other people, making them stars or pushing them or doing whatever. FTR clearly don't need those belts to make Dax a single star. And they're a tag team. This shit don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. I hate it. I want them to get those belts. I want them to have 8 belts. And I don't care how fast they lose them afterwards. I don't give a shit. I just want the visual of them having all the belts. That's all I want.
I want them to get the Impact belts. I want them to get the AEW.
They don't have the Impact belts? No, they got the Ring of Honor belts.
They got the Ring of Honor. They got the IWGP tag.
And the AAA, yeah.
And the AAA,
yeah.
I'd love to see them win the NWA tag team belts.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I would, bro. Give them everything. Just give them everything. Yeah, they've earned it. They deserve it. You know what I mean?
That's like, but you ready to get into this stuff?
Yeah, let's get. I mean, it shouldn't take us long. Shouldn't take long to talk about this craziness because. Sorry about that, messing up the camera. The championship match that happened kind of happened last night on Dynamite. Kind of has the wrestling world in a tizzy. People on both sides. If you didn't see it, I'm gonna spoil it for you. Spoiler alert. But CM Punk made his entrance. The crowd was in the middle. He kind of smiled. He kind of chuckled. He was like, oh, some of y'all, I hear some boos. That's funny. That's fun, real funny, motherfuckers. But Moxley made his entrance. These guys were hyped. The bell rang. They attacked each other and they just bang, 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 bang. And the match was looking like it was about to be crazy. CM Punk was like, bang, I got an idea. I got a hurt ankle. So the best thing I could do right now is put all of my weight on that hurt ankle and twist it as fast as possible. That's genius. I'm going to do it right now. And he did it. And then he fell down in a lump. At that point, he was on the ground. Bad idea. He was holding his ankle. And Moxley just bullied him. Yeah, it was over. He's a pit bull. He saw blood.
Shit out of him.
I was like, damn. Ouch. Relax, Mox. Relax. He's already hurt. Don't kill him. Oh, man. But, yeah, he elbowed the shit out of him. 2 Death Riders, 1, 2, 3. 3 minutes.
Crazy.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. Again, the match lasted 3 minutes. Nobody likes anything physical lasting only 3 minutes. No one. You know what I mean? Ask your girl. You know what I mean? 3 minutes is not going to work for anybody. It worked in this. Yo, Trap stupid. Give me 2.5 minutes, maybe even 3. Oh man. But this shit, as soon as Punk hurt his ankle, I was like, yo, they might do a squash. Because the way he went down, it looked he was selling the hell out of it. So I was like, yo, they might do a squash. This is like, And I didn't know. I thought it, but I was like, I was thinking it because I was like, yo, is there real backstage drama? Is he just about to drop the title because it's drunk, or is this part of a story? I don't know. He just said that he's trying to sell tickets. I'm so confused by everything.
This
I'm
is
so
part of the story. The only thing that can mess this story up is if they do a rematch at All Out, because he can't fucking ankle up and be back a week and a half later.
But that's what it feels like they about to do. It's
Oh,
Chicago, my G. It's Chicago.
They gotta have something else up their sleeve.
Hangman is right there. Hangman is not gonna go one-on-one with Moxley. MJF could be coming back. I don't know what's happening in the wrestling world. It's crazy. My brain's about to explode. They're gonna do a rematch with one ankle, and he's gonna be super babyface, and he's gonna be getting cheered out of the fucking,
in Chicago.
In Chicago. It's Punk wins a riot in Chicago.
I'm not jacking Punk beating Moxley with 1 foot, bro. I just can't. I can't believe that, bro.
Nah,
I can't.
It's tough, bro. It's tough. Mox is number 1 right now. I feel like Mox is number 1 in the world right now. As far as I know, they alluded to Daniel Bryan being the best in the world, but right now I feel like Mox is the best in the world. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have said that last year, even close, but I believe that right now. So, I agree. I agree. Like, I don't see him beating Mox with 1 foot. That kind of makes it worse. But the word on the street is, from Meltzer and the gang, is that this is Mox's idea. Because Mox didn't want to just eat a L without ever beating Punk at the pay-per-view. So he was like, yo, let me get this win on TV. You know what I mean? I'll get the belts, and then he could beat me for him at the pay-per-view. Okay. I mean, but like you said, that's gonna be tough, bro. He was selling like his ankle snapped off. Like, it was
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh man, I can't imagine that, bro. I can't see a 1 foot Punk beating this John Moxley, bro. Like, hell no way.
I don't know what they're gonna do, man. But I love it. I love it.
I love that.
There's so many like different like pieces to the puzzle that can be integrated with Hangman and MJF and all these guys just being. It's just like so many different things could happen, and we don't know if anything's real or if any shit is fake. So it's just like, if everything's fake, then anything could happen. If some shit is real and some shit is fake, then there's different possibilities. It's just, you just don't know, man. Like, are these work shoots? Are these shoots that turned into works? I have no idea what's going on, man. But there was supposed to be like a dual main event. This wasn't even really the main event. It was because there was a match that was coming on after that. It kind of made sense though to do that because it didn't. If you've been building to this match for so long, you can't make this match the lead into the main event, which was a great main event, but still you can't. This match probably should have been last, but you can't make this match last and then have it. Because what do you do? Then there's just like 12 minutes left in the show because you can't start the match, the CM Punk Moxley match at 9:50. Yeah, and give it away. I can't hear you. Try. I think you muted yourself.
No, yeah, I was saying you can't start the shit like 9:55.
Yeah, give it away. Yeah, so it made sense.
This is why I think it's just great selling by CM Punk going on.
It is. He's good. He's proven that he's one of the best in the world still to this day.
So, yeah, man, we'll see where it goes though. They gotta come up with something good for Moxley at All Out though. We'll see what they do. They have my goodwill, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they have my goodwill too, but it's messy, bro. Backstage, like, some of this stuff is like legitimate. There are legitimately people who have issues backstage. They called a talent only meeting, which I forgot to mention. the fastest Max Caster has ever referred to anything ever. Let's just be clear. Because the man definitely came out and said, they're going to have another talent meeting. Like in his bar when they did their entrance. Did you see that? Did you? I was like, damn, bro. Like everybody don't even know this yet. Like how you know? He's like, I ain't even saving this for next week. He's like, my shit gotta be current, nigga. It's gotta be current. It's gotta have had it happen today. For me to rap about it. But that was funny, yeah. So there's people legitimately upset with things that are going on backstage. So that's why it's like everything can't be a work. You know what I mean? Everything can't be a work. You know what I mean? Some stuff has to be real life, you know, but everything also can't be real because it's pro wrestling. So it's, you know, and CM Punk already came out. It's like, I'm trying to sell tickets, man. Y'all gonna buy the tickets or not? It's pro wrestling. So it's like, I don't know what's real and what's fake. I'm so confused, but so entertained and intrigued. So after that, after those shenanigans, we talked about that about 3 times longer than that match in segment actually lasted.
Man,
That's facts. After that, we had Christian Cage backstage with Tony Schiavone. He's basically saying, I extended a hand and olive branch to Jungle Boy last week. He was like, I was giving you one last opportunity to apologize. You have the audacity to challenge me to a match, and you come out and try to maim me. Maim me. Said you can't throw anything that I haven't already seen in my career, Jack.
Not Jack.
Yeah, that's his name. I've seen it all. I've done it all. At All Out, you're going to find out that I'm not average. I am an anomaly. I am special. And at All Out, you'll find out that you're not in my league, Jungle Boy. I accept your challenge. So it's a good promo by Christian. He's fire on the mic. It is what it is, man. We already know that. Then we had some more fire on the mic. Trav, you want to talk about this? We had absolute Ricky Starks come out to the ring.
Yeah, Ricky Starks came out. He was tight. He was talking about how the end of Team Taz and losing the FTW championship, and Hobbs turning on him got him mad as a motherfucker. And then he was like, when he was injured, that with the broke neck last year, fucking Hobbs used to call him all the time, but Hobbs is jealous of his success or whatever. Then he was mad about Hobbs hitting him in the neck, and then, you know what I'm saying? He was in his feelings. He was like, yeah. He said he's a low down. He said Hobbs is a low down, dirty slime ball scheming snake, and Starks wanted to match out All Out. So yeah, man, I'm give it to me. Fuck it, man.
Yeah, I want to see this match. I think everybody wants to see this match at this point.
I wouldn't be mad at either of them taking the win, but it's probably gonna be Ricky Starks more than likely.
Oh, that's interesting. We'll see how that turns out on predictions. When we do predictions, me and Trav going one. Well, I don't know if we'll be going 1-on-1. I think we might be doing a triple threat for predictions this go around. I think we might be doing a triple threat. If you've seen the Insta stories not the Insta stories, the YouTube shorts. Sorry, YouTube. If you've seen the YouTube short on the channel, then you already know we might be having a triple threat match for predictions going into All Out, which should be fun. And Cardiff, don't forget, we got back-to-back events coming up, so it should be fun. And we got Worlds Collide as well. We definitely doing predictions for Worlds Collide. That should be fun as well. It's going to be a lot of predictions battles going on. And we're going to be switching it up, too. We're not going to be doing the whole gang every time, especially when Fizz comes back. We're going to be doing we're still going to be doing singles matches. We're going to do number one contenders matches, but sometimes it'll be a one-on-one. It'll be me versus Trav or me versus Two-Face for the actual belt. Right. You know what I mean? Then the other two will be facing off to be the number one contender. We're going to be mixing it up to make it more fun, man, just so it's not the same old predictions, fatal four-way predictions. Plus, I hate ties, so it's just another way to have less ties if you don't have 4 people predicting every show or facing off for the belt. Laylo is the interim wild champ. But don't you see? It's people like you. You were the same people. Hold on. Now you gonna make me be petty. Now you gonna make me be petty. You see? You see? It was the same people. It was the same people. It was you motherfuckers who called me interim champion, who didn't believe in me. You know what? You know what? You can kiss my ass. I don't care what you think about me. All I know is that you gotta call me Wild Nation Predictions Champion, baby. You know what I mean? Say my name. It's not a game. I'm not scared of super high, you know what I mean? Because I be super high. I'm not scared of a man in a mask because I'm not scared of any man that's not willing to show his face. Understand me? I am the champion. You know what I mean? I am the boss, the tyrannical boss, lay low, Mr. HD himself. Don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever forget it. It's not a game. You know what I mean? It is not a game. I won this championship with blood, sweat, and tears. And a pen and a piece of paper. Don't you ever forget it. You know what I mean? I'm the man. You know what I mean? Word to Ric Flair and Becky Lynch, even though she's not actually a man. You know what I mean?
That was a good promo, man.
It wasn't a promo, that's real life. It's real life, my life. It's not promo, it's my life. Did you hear me? Blood, sweat, tears. It's my life. I love this shit. Nobody ever take this from me. You have to peel this out of my cold, dead hands. You understand? See you guys at the next predictions battle. Put this to the side. It makes my blood boil. Did you ever call me interim champion?
Segueing. Speaking of real life promos, John Moxley was backstage.
Yes, great segue.
He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, was that not how that was supposed to go?"
I was like, no, it wasn't. That's not how that was supposed to go. What did you do, John?
He was saying everybody wrote him off, but those people don't matter. The answer to any problem that might be in professional wrestling is John Moxley. I am professional wrestling. I am not just some guy. I am the guy. And people may ask, when is my time? But my time is motherfucking now, basically. What I'm saying.
Pew, pew. John Cena, come wrestle me. Oh man, that would be awesome if John Cena showed up at AEW to wrestle John Moxley.
That would be so
That
crazy,
would be
bro.
so fucking lit, bro. That would be the most lit shit of all time.
So,
oh man.
after that, they showed the Rampage and Dynamite lineups for next week. Why the fuck is Wardlow fighting Ryan Nemeth for the TNT Championship?
Here we go. I mean, just another example. I mean, Tony wants problems. Clearly, he wants problems. He wants all the problems.
So
I don't know. Didn't Ryan
we
Nemeth
also
lose
got-
when he showed up the first time? Or has he
When
showed up
A-
in AEW?
in
Is he at an
He's
AEW match?
on Dark. He's on Dark, baby. He's part of the he fucked with Peter Avalon and Caesar.
Why are these people fighting for championships? Why?
Bro.
Why? Why? I don't get it.
Yeah, bro. That pissed me off.
Where's
I am looking
Malachi
forward
Black?
to Hollywood.
Alistair Malachi. Where's Alistair Malachi? Where's he at? Just come on, man. Let him just do a black
he's in the
match to
trios
somebody.
tournament.
Yeah, I
They
know.
got the trio-
He's in
they
the
got the-
trios match. You're right. He's still in it. But there's
Now, they're
other
probably
people.
about to lose.
Who are they going up against? They going up against Best
Dark
Friends?
Order.
No, the Dark Order. Okay. Yeah, because the Best
it's
Friends
John
are fighting who
Silver,
won.
Alex
Hangman.
Reynolds, and to be determined.
Yeah. Oh, Hangman Page, clearly. So that's
And
frustrating,
also
man.
Merrill might interfere.
True that. He would probably cause them to lose. He definitely already kind of teased that he was going to be fucking around with them. Wardlow's title run has been complete garbage.
Man.
Let's just call it what it is. It's been
Somebody said-
complete
I
trash.
forgot who said it, pilot, but they said nobody suffered worse about through the whole MJF fiasco more than Wardlow. Like he suffered the most. Yeah.
Yeah, it was MJF just destroying him all the time, and Wardlow just sitting there taking it. You know what I mean? Just being called a big dumb oaf, and then being a big dumb oaf.
No, not even that. Like just like the story was great with them two, but since MJF left, like there's no follow through that story.
Oh yeah,
like,
that doesn't help.
After all,
Yeah, that doesn't help
like,
at all.
yeah,
They
at
put the
all.
belt on him like, here, this is what you get. Congratulations, and they didn't do anything.
I am, however, I am looking forward to Claudio Castagnoli versus Dustin Rhodes. That should be
a really good match. Two veterans, yeah, that's gonna be a really good match. It's Rampage this Friday, right?
That's Rampage. They also got Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello now versus Ortiz and Ruby Soho.
That's gonna be good because now they're defending the fucking AAA mixed tag team championships on fucking AEW TV. Fuck, man. Fuck. Like, come on, bro. There's too many belts now. There's just too much focus on other championships that don't have an AEW in front of them. Like, we've already talked about like 5 different times on this one show. Like, it's kind of annoying. The more I talk about it, the more I realize how much they don't focus on their own company really that much at all. It's crazy, man. This shit crazy. Like, people gonna you gonna have to have a lot of talent meetings. You know what I mean? And I can't wait to hear like the word on what came out of this talent meeting that happened right before Dynamite. Or what?
No, I was just saying. I can't wait to see what came out.
I want to see what the news is coming out of the talent meeting because I'm pretty sure there were some people who voiced their opinions. I'm pretty sure some people didn't voice their opinions because they didn't want to ruffle feathers, and they'll go run into the dirt sheets, and we'll start hearing about what they really think and what people said and blah blah blah. So, it should be interesting, man. It should be interesting. But you want to get into the main event?
Yeah. Just right before the main event, it was a video package with Kenny just saying how Kenny came back last week, showing some of the match. Yeah, I really think he knocked out Dragon Lee last week, but nobody could tell me different. I feel like that first V trigger, I fucking need the shit.
It definitely looked like It definitely looked like he knocked him out. I ain't hear no concussion news or anything like that.
I heard Dragon Lee just sold the shit out of it because that dead weight, like he picked up dead weight with for the one-winged angel. That shit was crazy. So for the main event, we had Don Callis on commentary talking shit about Ospreay throughout the match.
It's like, who's the best in the world, bitch? Hold on. Don't disrespect Kenny Omega like that.
He just kept saying how much of a fan that he is of Kenny Omega. That shit was mad funny. But we had the Trios Championship Tournament match between United Empire, Will Ospreay, and Aussie Open against Death Triangle. And this shit was crazy.
I mean, I could have done without the first 5 minutes. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you could have the first 3 minutes. I could have done without it.
I watch old school kung fu movies, bro. So
I know, man.
Shit like
I
this,
got it, man.
I love it.
I got it. I understand, man. But the flippy dudes, and it was like clear that they were doing this and not trying to hurt each other. It was like. It's like,
you see Iron Monkey?
I have. It's just like I've seen all the Bruce Lee, but I get it, man. I get it. It's Taekwondo. They look like Eddie from fucking Tekken and shit. I get it. They doing the capoeira. I get it, man. But damn it, man. Hit each other. It was so frustrating watching that shit at certain points. It was just like the first thing was like, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. All right, you guys can, you can do all the cool, man, wrestling isn't scripted at all. It's like, shit, man. Somebody watching this like, wait a minute. Is it supposed to be real?
Yeah, one of my youngest brother, he walked in on me watching wrestling and something like that happened. He was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Especially when Ray Phoenix hit the pose afterwards, I was like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the
Yeah,
fuck out.
Spider-Man.
Right, he hit the Spider-Man pose. I was like, oh no. But right after that, it got good, man. Right after that, for me, it got good. That shit was fire.
Because after that, Phoenix went straight into a double cut on Aussie Open, and that's when shit just got crazy immediately, bro.
Well, it was crazy after that. I hated that move, but let's not even get into that. I hate that move. It's just it's such a staged move, but I get it. It works. It works. But yeah, he hit that springboard double cutter. That shit was cool. But they it was a lot of suicidas and Ray Phoenix walking on the ropes and Will Ospreay being Will Ospreay, you know what I mean? Doing flips or getting tossed off the top rope, whatever it was, and landing on his feet and shit. I think he got hurt in Karada and landed on his feet or some shit like that. So, doing the Will Ospreay thing. You know what I mean?
Best friends was ringside the whole match. Aussie Open is dope though. I really like them as a tag team. They just won New Japan Strong Tag Championship tournament.
The big guy work. The big guy, little guy, not little guy, but the big guy, smaller guy, dynamic works a lot in tag teams. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Pac and Ospreay fucking segments was just always crazy every time they was in the match together. What do you expect?
I mean, it was one of those matches, man. It's a lot of flips, man. A lot of flips and a lot of dives, and you know what I mean. It was physical because you had somebody like Pac in the match, who we mention again in a second here, but. It had physical moments, but it was just a lot of flips, bro. It was a lot of flips and a lot of dives, Canadian destroyers.
That one flip that Pac did to the outside took
that was crazy. That was
long
to set up, and that's why it's just like, bro, come on, everybody get in position. It's taking too long. It's taking me out of it.
Yeah.
It's just like moments like that, man. Like everybody would have just moved, bro. They see you going to the top. Everybody would have just moved. At least everybody who don't want to catch your ass, they about to just move. They not just gonna stand there for 30 seconds while you get up there. But yeah, it's what you're gonna get from these matches. But it was still a good match. As long as stuff doesn't bother you. You know what I mean? I preferred the match that happened earlier in the night, but this one was cool too. But then we had a distraction because we saw the guy with the paper bag or the box over his head that has already been identified as Kip Sabian from previous shows. But this time, when Pac went up to confront the person and knock the box off his head, it was just some random dude who looked terrified. And then
it was some little 15-year-old kid, and then all of a sudden got attacked by Danny Phantom.
Yeah. By who? Wait a minute, what?
He got attacked by Danny Phantom.
Who the fuck is Danny Phantom?
It's this cartoon character from Nickelodeon.
Oh shit!
Baby came up looking like this motherfucker came up like Quicksilver.
Now I gotta look this shit up. Hold on, Danny Phantom. Hold on, now I gotta look this shit up.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he definitely does. Yeah. Yo, that's ridiculous. Yo. Oh man. All right, hold on, man. Hold on. Is that that's who attacked Pac at the show.
Pac got attacked
Yo,
by
I'm
Danny Phantom, you
dead.
know what I'm saying? He got attacked
I'm
by a ghost,
dead.
yo.
He got,
He got attacked by a ghost, yo.
Danny Phantom
It's
is a
crazy,
ghost.
yo.
Okay, all right, cool, cool. So, yeah, he got attacked by Kip Sabian. Attacked him from out of nowhere and beat him. I think he ran him into the barricade or something like that. Or he hit him with a spinning neck breaker or something on the barricade, something like that.
That was a move, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Pac was pretty much out of it at that point, and then the United I was about to call them United Kingdom,
United Empire.
United Empire did their three-way finisher. It's really their tag team finisher with a little help from Ospreay to get the dub.
No, they hit that little they lifted him up. And then Ospreay did the eyes cutter.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, so that's not like their regular tag team finisher.
That's Will, because Will Ospreay does the eyes cutter all the time.
Right.
Chris
Okay.
Bay moved. Well, Chris Bay got it from Ospreay pretty much.
Right.
He was one really doing that. But
Facts.
yeah, they lifted it up mad high, and then he did that.
Oh, I
shit
thought that
from-
was they
yeah,
move, and
that's
he
what
was
he-
helping him do they move. But okay, I got you.
yeah.
They was
Yeah,
assisting
that's
him
what
with
I'm
doing the cutter. Got you. That makes sense. So yeah, they got the 1, 2, 3, and they moving on in the trios championship tournament, man. So didn't know who was really going to be moving forward before the match, but it made sense once you saw Kip Sabian, because apparently we're going to be getting Kip Sabian versus Pac going forward in a feud
for that title, yeah, because
the title that
Russ
hasn't been done with this.
Russ was just asking what how come Pac ain't been defending that title? That's because that title is a title that gets defended outside of like the company and the country and shit. Like he's been defending that shit in like Progress Wrestling in the UK and like Ireland. And at all these shit, Kip Sabian was there in the crowd with his fucking box every time Pac was defending the shit, and they would always have that confrontation on there. And they've been airing them shits on AEW Dark, bro. This shit is like the main event. He been having some dope matches with some of them people from overseas and shit, but.
I just can't reiterate how there's way too many titles and way too many wrestlers in AEW. Just apart under the AEW umbrella, for them to have, again, 2 hours of TV time that people watch, it's a lot of talent, a lot of championships. It's like, man, we used to complain about WWE having too many belts because they got 2 separate brands. Now it feels like AEW got twice as many belts as WWE does with both of their brands combined. It's just like, what the hell is happening? You know what I mean? It's too much going on. I don't even care about Pac's belt. I don't care about that championship in the slightest. You know what I mean? Like, not even a little bit. You know what I mean? There's no focus anymore, man. There's no KGM is a lack of focus. That's exactly what it is, man. It's just, I don't know what I'm supposed to care about on this show. You can't make me care about 30 different things at once, man. You know what I mean? It's like, and I don't know. They gonna have to fix some stuff. And I'm still, I'm all about that. I'm not like, AEW originals got like Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss should have been pushed over so-and-so and blah, blah. If somebody's not an act that's about to be selling tickets, I get it. They don't need to be on TV. But there was acts that you brought over because you thought they could sell tickets. You know what I mean? Like, you brought them from the big company because you thought they could sell tickets, or you signed them when they were free agents, or when you were starting the company because you thought they could sell tickets. So use those people, man. Like, use those people that you cultivate, and it'll just be better for the backstage environment. But we're going to talk about that more when we get into the news later, because there's just a lot of juicy, spicy stuff going on backstage. Some of it, like I said, some of it's real, some of it's not. That's the beauty of kayfabe and pro wrestling in general. You never know what's really going on. Sometimes you do, but it's always fun. What's going on?
I just wanted to point out that after the match, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks came out, and then the show went off. But after the show went off, Kenny Omega and Ospreay was going at it for a little bit. on the mic, and yeah, that shit was funny. Ospreay was saying that he's been in New Japan less time than Kenny Omega, but he's done everything that he did in less time. And yeah, Kenny Omega was like, all right, yeah, you may have did that, but I did shit and sold out crowds there. You just did a G1 fight that was in front of 3,000 people. It was a good exchange. That they was about to have a fake fight, you know. So yeah, it was. They've been talking wild shit on Twitter and all that, building up to this. So yeah, it's, next week should get crazy.
Facts. Yeah, I mean, that's a dream scenario, seeing Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay wrestle in an AEW ring. I mean, don't they got like some real smoke in real life?
I feel
like there's like some issues there.
I feel like it's all worked up to this.
Okay.
I think that's some shit that's like work related, because Kenny Omega started talking shit about him in like a fucking Sean Ross Sapp interview.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know.
It'd be interesting to see how that plays out. But these are two of the best wrestlers on planet Earth, so it should be pretty good. I just, it's less. I mean, Kenny Omega does the flips, but he ain't gonna be doing that. Kenny Omega's a storyteller. He's a storyteller, so it'll be a much better match.
Will Ospreay was like, "You out here wrestling with a shirt on and shit? What you doing?"
Yeah, definitely taking shots. It's like compression shirt, motherfucker. I was injured. Damn, man. Relax. Hold on, let me get the people the blunt ratings that I gave the show. These are the blunt ratings that I did. I gave promos and backstage segments 4 blunts. I thought that the Moxley promo was insane. I thought that a lot of people talk good shit. Ricky Stark's promo was really, really good. Who else had a good promo? There was a bunch of good. Yeah.
Who else? Damn, that's
crazy. A lot of good backstage segments. All the mic work was pretty good, man. Nothing like, pipe bomb or MJF crazy.
Will Ospreay.
Yeah. All that, exactly. All that was good. So I gave promos and backstage segments 4. Matches were great. As far as in-ring performances, I thought the matches were really good. Dax versus Jay Lethal was 5 blunts by itself. In my opinion, that match was one of the best TV matches of the year. You know what I mean? I would say definitely one of the best TV matches of the year.
Yeah, one of the best TV matches. Yeah.
I gave storytelling 5 blunts. May be controversial. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that the fact that they do have us in limbo and we don't really know what's going on as far as a lot of these stories, or whether they're real or fake, or what's, whether there's real heat in some of these situations or whether it's not. And I think they are integrating things really well into the programming. I just think that some of it could end up backfiring in the long term, if you know what I mean. Like, as far as business and actual politics backstage and stuff. Right now, the stories that they're telling, I love the story that they're telling with Mox and CM Punk and the Hangman and all these different things. And it could all turn out to be like one of the most glorious stories that we've seen in pro wrestling in a lot, and they could all be in on it, and we could just be super marks, and it will work for me, because I just like being entertained. I don't give a shit about being right or wrong. You know what I mean? So storytelling I thought was really, really good on the show last night. One of the best episodes of Dynamite that we got. Commentary was a 4 blunt. Shout out to Excalibur, who didn't have to rush through his promo tonight, because the Moxley and CM Punk match ended so quick. I was like, he's gonna get to breathe. He's gonna get to breathe. Yeah, Don Callis on commentary was really good as well, and the crowd got a 4.5 in Cleveland because the crowd was on fire. I gave the show.
But for Taz, it was a point. Will Ospreay did something. He was like, wow, man, I don't give a rat's ass. This guy is one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
He's like, this guy's one of the best in the world. I don't give a rat's ass. Who thinks about it? That shit had me dying.
Yeah, man. So they was going in. It was a good job on commentary, and the crowd was on fire, like I said. So 4.45 for the blunt ratings for Dynamite. That's one of the highest rated Dynamite that we've had all year. So really good show, enjoyable show. I think it was. I don't want to feel like I'm being prisoner of the moment, you know what I mean, with a lot of this stuff. But, you know, these shows are still really good because they're giving us pay-per-view level matches, right? And they're giving us some stuff that we want. A lot of the stuff that we want, they're giving to us. We're just getting these phenomenal matches and pretty damn good stories for the most part. But there's something missing. Like there's like, you know, that screw that's loose on the inside and you see it loosening up. And if that shit pops off, everything is just the whole machine's just going to break. You know what I mean? Everything's going to fall a fucking apart. It feels like one piece to this AEW puzzle or whatever they have going on. If it falls out of place, then it could end up being bad for Tony Khan and a lot of other people in that company. Contracts don't last forever. There is competition. I understand AEW has relationships with a lot of that competition, but I feel like those relationships are also what's holding them back. You know what I mean? Tony Khan is literally trying to become the fucking Vince McMahon of the wrestling world again. Like, or I can't even say that. The Vince McMahon and then the Triple H, because at some point all the promoters think they can come in and take over all the wrestling promotions and you're all under my umbrella and everything is, you know, first it was Vince and all the territories got to go. It's WWE and WWF, I mean, and then, you know, Triple H is like, hey, we're going to start NXT US, UK, we're going to start NXT China, we're going to start NXT India, we're going to start NXT in your mama's house, we start, you know what I mean? And now here comes motherfucking Tony Khan. Hey, I want to buy Ring of Honor, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. It's all AEW, we're going to put you all on our show. It's like they all do the same shit. All the billionaire, all the motherfuckers in the position with all the money, they all do the same shit, bro. And it always ends up the same. You know what I mean? It always ends up, they just fucking, NXT UK doesn't even exist anymore. You know what I mean? Whatever they was doing over in Asia doesn't even exist anymore. So it's just like, it just turned, Vince McMahon pulled it off, you know what I mean? Because he did it at a time where there was just, he was the only person that had the balls or who was asshole enough to do what he did. You know what I mean? He was the only person, you know, so, and he was in the position being that his father, you know, gave him, you know, gave him the company. If that never happened, then, you know, maybe, you know, wrestling would be totally different. But I think wrestling was better for it ultimately because obviously WWE took wrestling to a different stratosphere. Put it in but wrestling was already popular, man. On some real shit, when it was territories wrestling, that's when I was watching. I always think that. I'd be like, wrestling was like, my grandmother watched wrestling. That's how I started watching wrestling. Like Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes were already a thing before Vince McMahon and WWE. Yeah, I mean, I'm 42, about to be 42 next month. So I remember these eras before WWE vividly. But yeah, we'll see what the chat talk about, man. I haven't really been popping in the chat, man. It's been we had a lot of stuff going on in the pro wrestling world, man. I see y'all here. Jay, what's good, man? I see you here. Dave Favors, what's going on, my guy? See you in the chat, my dude. We got the regs all up in here. Shit. Let's see. Y'all tripping. Punk win with one knee. The GTS. You need two knees, Gruss. I'm not sure if you know, but you need two knees to do the GTS. That was his problem last night. He had to stand on one of his legs, and he fucked it up. So it'll kind of just be the same situation. Laylo, Tony Khan booking and show structure last night was trash.
What happened?
Gruss said the booking and the show structure last night was trash. I mean, I guess because the main event was, I think it was the only thing that could made things a tiny bit more predictable not having Moxley and CM Punk in the main event because you were automatically like, oh yeah, some shenanigans gonna happen, some funny goofy shit gonna happen, or I'm just thinking like they want to give it as much time as possible. If it goes 50 minutes, then they'll just put the trios match next week or something, like, or on Rampage or something. That's how I'm thinking, like they planned it in their head. But they're like, we got to give this match a chance to breathe. We can't give it 10, 20 minutes at the end of the show because then it's going to have a clock and people going to know that. So it's like, you give more unpredictability starting the World Championship match at 9 o'clock. I get it. Yeah, but I didn't think the show structure was complete trash. I thought the show structure was fine. There's a bunch of questionable booking decisions, but I think most of those booking decisions come from bringing people in who haven't really earned those spots and making sure that the ranking system that you said mattered doesn't matter at all. You know what I mean? So the Acclaim being the number one contenders for the tag team championships is a fucking joke.
That's the crazy thing. Because they're not the number one contenders.
Like they're number 5 or some shit. Yeah, it's like how at the biggest pay-per-view. Like what? How does this make any sense? Who the fuck is Wardlow defending that title against?
I'm about to look right now, bro.
Bro, that shit is so wild. Wardlow's defending his title against some dude that works at Safeway. I don't care, bro. I'm not trying to see that shit, man. I'm not trying to see that shit, man. So, that's probably where the questionable booking decisions come in. But,
FTR number one, huh?
They are number one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they should be. Like, who else would be number one? So, again, why aren't they fighting for the titles at All Out? Why are they in a 6-man tag team match? I don't get it. It makes no sense. I've said it too many times. It's annoying.
And even Uno being number 3 is crazy to me.
Yeah, facts. Super facts. Wait a minute. Who in Evil Uno? Wait, they're number 3. Yeah, I mean.
That's crazy.
Really? That is wild. That is wild. Yeah, Conan, he said some things. We talked about that yesterday. We're gonna get into everything that's going on. I'm really interested in the Jamie Hayter and Thunderosa stuff and yeah, all this stuff. All this stuff is spicy. It's all spicy. We gonna do the news episode in a little bit. Obviously, this show went way over time because it was a crazy Dynamite, man. It was a lot to talk about. Plus, I got the homie Super High in the building with me, man. So yeah, we'll pull up probably after 5 o'clock. Maybe we get Two-Face in here or something, and we'll cover all the news and everything going on in the pro wrestling world with all this Mox and CM Punk stuff and whose idea it was and why it's happening and what's going to be happening going on in the future with all the controversies backstage. I think one of the biggest ones that we got to talk about is the Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara shit because I had no idea. You know what I mean? And I don't think anybody did. So we'll talk about that when you see us live. So hit the notification bell, man, so you know exactly when we go live. I'm going to reschedule that stream for a little later in the day. And hit that sub button and then all in the notification bell. So, like I said, we go live, like the video, all that good shit, man. It's your boy, Mr. HD, and the homie Super High, Travis Sly, man. We'll see you on the next episode of the Blunt Ratings. Till then, deuces.
We want the smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke.
Uh-huh.
We want the smoke.
Come on, Charles.